Just some words to get us going and motivated, I guess. Mia.
By the word bonjour doesn't say hello or nothing. It always says it's greeting.
Bonjour, Mia.
Bonjour comes from the word bueno bonjour. Bueno bonjour is bueno bonjour. And when we say bonjour, we're saying you're my relatives. We're saying you're my relatives. Yeah. Bonjour. Not bonjour. Bonjour.
Yeah, bonjour. Bonjour. Yeah, it comes from the word nana bonjour. And it was a way of us greeting ourselves, greeting each other. That way we knew we were Anishinaabe, right? Because we couldn't be fooled.
Anishinaabe is everybody, Kinawa. Anishinaabe means from whence lower the male of the species. In those 4 levels above Medem and Nidu. That's where Anishinaabe, you were there because of that blue light inside you. That's Medem and Nidu. You were there. And Anishinaabe means your spirit was lowered into one of the tribes. Your spirit was lowered into one of the tribes of Ojibway. It happens to be an Ojibway term, Anishinaabe, but it means the spirit being lowered into your body, into your mom's womb. The spirit, it's lowered into your mom's womb, and so Anishinaabe means that it was lowered into one of the tribes. It's not only Ojibway that are Anishinaabe, because where did the other ones come from? In a plane or what? You know, they all came down that road. Anishinaabe, that road, that spirit road. We all came down that spirit road. All of us. No one else came from anywhere. That's where we all came from. The Cree, the Dakota, the Mohawk. We were all one at one time. And I don't want to get too much into this, but Anishinaabe then means, like you have Anishinaabe of the Ojibway nation, Anishinaabe of the Cree nation, Anishinaabe of the Dakota nation, because we were all one at one time. Before the white man came here, we were all one. All the tribes were one at one time. And so we all have that same teaching, The Longhouse and the Midday Lodge, they stood side by side. They had the same teaching. The Longhouse and the Midday Lodge, they had the same teaching. I just want to share that with you.
Good. Anybody else? So, on to Kirby. Oh, sorry. Okay, how are we supposed to we're just supposed to just go ahead? Okay. Okay. Yeah, Winji do it and Karini. Well, no, I don't want to do it. Because I don't feel right about it because it's not mine. You know what I mean? Well, you know what I mean. I don't like touching other people's stuff. Yeah, me.
Can you hear me? Okay? No?
Okay, he's going to go over the items in the front here.
Would you be able to help us
questions and answers after? Sure. After all the things are named, and I'll try and write the things down as he's talking.
Okay. The first one is that little boy, water drum. We call him Guizens. Guizens. We call him Guizens. That's the teacher. That's the one that carries the teachings, and he's the one that goes into the sweat lodges. What else? What else, Kirby? What else did he do? Yeah, he goes into that lodge over there. You guys see that lodge? That's my lodge over there. Look. That's my Medevan lodge. That's the lodge we go in there. We go in there, and so Beminaquan. That means that's the umbilical cord of the little boy. The little boy water drum. Umbilical cord. Everything here is there's a reason for everything here. There's nothing here anisha. There's nothing here that is anisha. It's for nothing. Everything here is has a meaning to it, and we have 7 rocks on the side of the water drum here. We have 7 rocks, and they're little. We call them grandfathers, because they carry all the 7 teachings of what Midema Nidu teaches us. You see, Midema Nidu is supposed to be a very central figure in our life, very central. Midema Nidu teaches us those 7 principles of life. He teaches us, and he teaches us through song, or through the lodges. He teaches us those 7 teachings. That first one is respect. Respect is a very important teaching, principle of life. He teaches us that. Respect, there's 4 parts to respect. Respect for yourself, respect for others, respect for all of creation, and respect for where life comes from. Life comes from the east and goes to the west. That's where our life comes from. That's our spirit road this way here, up above here. That's our spirit road, and we go to the west doorway when we die. And so that's the road that we go on. And those 7 principles of life. The second one is love. I know some people say love is the first principle. I'm giving you these principles of life in the order that they came in the lodge. I remember that time they gave us those teachings. I was there. And the second one is love. Zagi Diwin. Zagi Diwin. Love is love. It doesn't mean if I say I love you in our language, Gizagi win. Gizagi, that doesn't mean I love you. Gizagi win comes from the word Zagi Ziwin. Anybody know what the Zagi Ziwin is? You're stingy. You're stingy. So if I say Gizagi win to you, what am I saying? I'm stingy of you. And creator, Gizagi Gulan creator, Gijamanido. You see, we talk about a loving God, We talk about loving God. We don't talk about a punishing God, a vengeful God, whatever else. And we talk about loving God. Gije means loving. Gijamanido. Gijamanido. That's a loving God. He gave us four gifts. He gave us a gift, our spirit name, not our Indian name. Never our Indian name, because we're not from India. We're not from India. We're from here. Uma, King Uma. That's where we're from. And the second gift that he gives you is your clan. Kiduotem. You follow your father's clan. That's your clan. Very important, very important for you to understand your clan. And your third gift is your way of life. This is your way of life. This is your way of life. It's not like religious or anything like that. It's a way of life. This is your way of life. And he gave you a way of life, but he didn't say, I want you to follow it. He didn't say, I want you to follow this way of life. He didn't say that. Instead, he gave you the fourth and final gift of, anybody know? Anybody know? Free will. Free will. To decide that for yourself. See, free will is with you from your spirit when you're a spirit. Free will was with you. That's the fourth gift. Free will. And when you come down into your mother's womb, you still have free will. And when you're born, you still have free will. Free will to do whatever you want to do. I usually use an example when I'm talking about free will, about drinking. People say, well, my wife did this, or my husband did this, that's why I'm drinking. No, it's not. It's your own free will that got you to drink. It wasn't they didn't put a gun to your mouth and tell you to drink. No, they didn't. They didn't put that beer can in your mouth. No, they didn't. You put that beer can in your mouth. That's that free will. Free will to do whatever you want to do. The free will to follow this way of life, it's up to you. That's a beautiful gift Creator gave us. He left it up to us to decide for ourselves if we want to follow this way or not. And when you want to follow this way, you go into that bidet lodge over there. You give your tobacco there, and you say, I want to, you tell that to the Creator. You don't tell that to us, a Medewan there that's around there. You tell that to the Creator. You give that promise to the Creator that you're going to follow this way of life. That doesn't mean, see, you're a Medewan now because you come through Medewan Nidue, but some of us, we give our tobacco to say that we're going to follow that way of life. We're not the only Medewan here. You're all Medewan. You're people of the heart. Every one of you. You're people of the heart. That's who you are. You're Medewan. Whether you like it or not, you're Medewan. So all of this here is your way of life. And you got your free will, and free will is with you until the day you die. When the person dies, they still have free will with them. It's not like I said, we don't have a judgmental God. There's no judgment day for us. When you die and you go to the western doorway and you stand there before you step on that road, you stand there and you step on that road and everything opens up to you. There's a doorway there. It opens up to you, and it's your free will that decides if you're going to go through or not. God doesn't judge you. He doesn't say, no, you can't come in here. He doesn't say that. It's your own free will that decides if you want to go through or not. And most of the time we don't go through because of family, of our relatives back here. It's very simple to think about. And so I'll share that with you. And here it's Bashkwegan, Bashkwegan. But they call it a different term. There's a term for it. You know what that term is, Kurt? No? Hi? And Jishiwan. They call it a rattle, but that's not a rattle. It's not a rattle, it's a shaker. A shaker represents that sound in the darkness in the beginning. When in the darkness there was no sound. The Creator told when Wenabujou asked that question, where does life come from? And the Creator told him, there was a total darkness here, all over. And there was nothing there. There was no planets, no rocks, no nothing. There was nothing there in that darkness. And there was no sound. There was no sound in that darkness. And then, but the Creator told Wenabujou, there came a sound, he says. There was a sound of like this here, a shaker. That sound it made in that darkness. And in that darkness, that sound came forward. It came forward like this here, shaking. And sometimes I think of the little packages of seeds, when you shake them, that's that sound it makes. That's that sound it made. And so this is a shaker, not a rattle. It's a shaker. Okay? Always remember that. If you're going to say, well, can I borrow your shaker? You say shaker. Can I use don't say, can I use your rattle? Don't say that. It's not a rattle. It's a shaker. Simple. That's what we were told over there. Shaker. And I don't know. Oh, bare root. Wait, bare root. There's none in there. Oh, there is some in there. Yeah, bare root. It smells really good in the sweat lodge. We had a sweat yesterday, and I put some of that bare root on the rocks and copal. Oh man, it really smells really good when you burn this on sage. There's sage right there in that bottle. That's sage. And so these are medicines. These are medicines. You see, the Creator gave you everything possible that you're going to need to live here, to survive here. Everything. He didn't forget. Kawin Gego, Kionike Amanito. You know, anybody know what that means? Kawin Gego, Kionike Amanito. You know what that means? Creator didn't forget anything. He gave us everything. Everything possible to survive here on that road. He gave you everything. He gave you all the medicines that you're going to need. There isn't a Okay, there we go. There isn't a sickness that we don't have a medicine for. There isn't a sickness that we don't have a medicine for. Are you listening? We don't have a sickness that we don't have a medicine for. Okay? And so those medicines are here. And the third principle of life is truth. Debwe win. Debwe win is the truth. That's the third principle of life. You always tell the truth, eh? Don't tell a lie. Even a little white lie is a lie. So don't tell a lie. Ego kiana muken, eh? Ego kiana muken. The fourth principle of life is honesty. Kwekup madiziwin. Kwekup madiziwin. Live your life the way the Creator wanted you to live. He didn't, I shouldn't say that. Live your life the way what you feel is correct for yourself. Okay? Live your life. This is the way of life I choose. I choose this way of life. And I'm happy I did. And so the fifth principle of life is courage. Zongedewin. Zongidewen, that's the fifth principle of life. That means you stand up for what you believe in. And the sixth principle of life is knowledge. Knowledge is always expanding your knowledge. Like you're here, you're expanding your knowledge. And so we say that, but don't ever sit and think that you know everything, because you don't. You can't know everything. Don't ever sit down and think you know everything. There's too much knowledge. If you knew everything, you wouldn't survive, because there's so much knowledge out there. Eh? There's knowledge out there that we haven't even tapped into. That's knowledge. And the seventh principle of life is humility. Humility is debesendamoin. Debesendamoin. Humility is debesendamoin. Knowing that you're a part of all of creation. Knowing that you're a spirit first, because of that four levels up here. You're a spirit first before you come into your mother's womb and become a person. You're spirit first, so before you come and be what do we call a person? Anyway, human. Before you become human. And so humility is knowing that you're a part of that grass out here. Your spirit is a part of that grass. You don't know that, do you? But you know now. Your spirit, your blue light that's inside you, that beautiful blue light that's inside you, that's the Creator. We were taught that. We were taught that over there in Wisconsin. I remember I was there when Eddie said that blue light was in there. I was there. And where was I now? Oh yeah, 7 principles. Humility. Humility is a seventh principle. David said in mine, and so those are the 7 principles of life that Medema Nidu teaches us through song, through lodges, through anything that's in our culture. Medema Nidu, sit and listen to, maybe take 10 minutes out of each day and try and listen to Medema Nidu. Because Medema Nidu is always hitting us with information, but we're walking here, we're doing our jobs, we're doing something else, we're walking, doing nothing, and we're not paying attention to that thing that's coming in here. I was an expediter in Excalais for when I was there for 8 months. I quit drinking that time in 1985. I quit drinking. I went to Excalais. So that's 36 years ago I quit drinking, and it's a lot, even older than some of you guys. I quit drinking in 85, and I quit smoking in 1993. I quit smoking. Those things are not good. They're not good for us. And so now, where was I before that? Every time I go distracted somewhere else, and I forget what I was going to say in the first place. What was that I was talking about? 7 principles, yeah, okay, yeah. Medema Nidu is the one that teaches us those things. Medema Nidu is like that Jesus guy, that Jesus. I believe in Jesus, but I believe he was made to go to a place where he was brought down. He was brought down like he was like a spirit. He was a spirit. He was brought down into his mom's womb, and then he became human. The way we were. That's how we came into the world. Okay? And so So Jesus taught these 7 principles of life. That's all he talked about. Respect, love, togetherness, everything. That's all he talked about. And our Midday Manidu is like him, like a brother to him. Our Midday Manidu is the one that teaches us those 7 principles. See, we had Midday Manidu right from the beginning. Right from the beginning we had Midday Manidu. So those 7 principles of life are what Midday Manidu is trying to teach us. Like I say, spend 10 minutes a day thinking about Midday Manidu. He's a spirit out there. On the 4th level above the earth, there's the first level is where the moon and the sun travel. That's the first level. And the second level is where the lodge of the 7 grandfathers is. That's all I know, the lodge of the 7 grandfathers. There's more to this than that. And the 3rd level is where the water was lifted in the beginning. And the 4th level is where Midday Manidu, where the sky level ends. And that's where those 4 levels above the earth. And the 4th level is where Midday Manidu was put because we didn't want to leave the Creator's side. We didn't want to leave the Creator's side. And Midday Manidu was put there because he was the one that teaches us those 7 principles of life. We never think about that, do we? The reason Midday Manidu was put there because our spirit didn't want to leave the Creator's side. He made 4 colors of man: the black, the white, the yellow, and the red. 4 colors. Those are all his children. That's the Creator's children. Those 4 colors of man. And the white ones left first. They left first and they went to Europe. That's where they were put. And the black man was left and went to Africa. That's where he was put. And the yellow man was left in Asia. That's where he was put. That's their home. This is our home. Our spirit didn't want to leave the Creator's side right away. He said. What does that mean? I don't want to leave you, he said. He said, I don't want to leave you. He said that to the Creator, our spirit that came down. He says, I don't want to leave you. What does that mean? That means I want to stay here. I want to stay here. And the Creator then told the spirit, our spirit, the one that's going to be in the Bojo. He told him, I made a beautiful place for you to go to. Earth was a beautiful place at that time. And then the spirit walked away from the Creator and got to the first level above from Creator. And there he stopped, he turned around and looked at the Creator and he told the Creator, I don't want to leave you. I want to stay here with you. I want to be here. I don't want to go. So at that point the Creator called him Nguzis. My son, I made a place for you to go to. That's what he told him. So the spirit then walked away again and got to that second level above from Creator. And there he stopped, he turned around again and he looked at the Creator and said, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. The Creator at that point called him no chance, my grandson. I made a beautiful place for you to go to. So the spirit then walked away again and he got to that 3rd level. The 3rd level is, he stopped again, he turned around and looked at the Creator and told the Creator, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. That means I made a place for you to go, my nephew. And so that spirit then walked away again and got to that fourth level, the fourth level from the Creator. There he stopped, and this would be the last time he'll stop and turn around and look at the Creator. This would be the last time. He stopped, he turned around and looked at the Creator and told the Creator, "Kawin kino denagan sinon. I don't want to leave you. Migo manon le ma." And then the Creator called them Nikonis at that point. Nikonis means all my relatives. Nikonis. And some of you may wonder why it's only the male that's being lowered there, right? Some of you may be wondering why the male is only the male being lowered there. Well, I ask you, where was Earth? What was Earth? What do we call Earth sometimes? Mother Earth. So the female spirit preceded the male spirit here. We call them Mother Earth. And so that's a male spirit that's being lowered here. You call him Guzes, my son. No Chance, my grandson. Ningonis, my nephew. And Nikonis, my relative. Nikonis, my relative. And so your spirit is the same thing that came down that road. And then because the Creator told that spirit, because you don't want to leave me, I'm going to put someone there to help you. And so they put Midemanidu there. Midemanidu was put there at that level. And he's the one that teaches us the 7 principles of life. Whatever you're going through, one of those principles of life will help you. Or 2 of them, or 3 of them put together will help you. Remember that. Anything you're going through, ask the Creator, ask the Midemanidu to help you with this thing that you're going through. And so that's why Midemanidu sits there. He teaches us those 7 principles of life. See, that's where I say, no, Creator didn't forget anything. He gave us Midemanidu. He gave us everything, anything possible. And so, I guess that's all I want to share for now.
You want to share like the 4 medicines?
4 medicines, Asema. Oh, Asema, Nigani Asema. Asema is always first. Whenever you want something from the Spirit, you have to have your tobacco in your left hand closest to your heart. You have to have your tobacco in your left hand. Asema. Asema, Nigani is it. Kishkandak, cedar, Kishkandak. Can you say that? Kishkandak. Kishkandak, say that. Kishkandak. Say it! Kishkandak. And sage, Hanin Nashikata sage. How do you say sage in a language? No, you don't know? Kindas? Wingush, yeah, Wingush. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is sweet grass. That's the 4 medicines that we use. That's muscade and kishkandak. Yeah, that's kishkandak right there. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Are you listening here? Kishkandak and sage. Sage. Yeah.
Kishkandak is cedar.
Cedar. Oh, yeah. Cedar, yeah. Kishkandak and wingusk. Sweet grass. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'll share some more a little later as we go through the day, and I'll give it over to you. Anybody else? You can get it away, Jim. What do you see here? Johnny Shinabe moing. You can get it away. We talk about.
Bonjour, Nimiki Sindishnikas, Kirby, Nelson. So I only know a little bit compared to these elders here, but I do know a little bit about this bundle here, some of the stuff that my dad has taught me. For this one here is a opwagan, or pipe. That's his pipe. Opwagan. Ushkabitagan. Oh, the bag, okay. Oh.
Then what's inside the bag, Kirby? You want to bring it out? Maybe we could put together. I'm like Kirby too, I'm a learner, but maybe we could work to put together the words from this bundle. Kirby knows this bundle, his dad's bundle, but we could use help from any of the speakers here who can help us to put together and to know a little bit more of this bundle in the language. So when his dad gets back, he'll be proud of us. And then we can share that too. As we're learning the language, we can share that too with everyone here. Okay, so we got two parts of the opwagan. Opwagan asin.
That's a symbol of a female organ. The pipe, then the bowl, I mean, and that you're holding there on your right is a symbol of a male. Gisans, yeah.
Gisans is the male side. Gisans is the male side. And Quaisans is the female side, the bowl. Yeah. Does anybody know the words for the bowl and the stem of the pipe? Opwagan.
Kids, Pagan.
What about that little piece of cloth? Just kidding. That's why I get my hair pulled by my aunties. There's a little piece of cloth there that helps because the stem is different when it gets drier and when it gets wetter. And could I ask you again too for the word for the bag you shared?
Skibadagan.
Oshkibidagan. Oshkibidagan. Well, you're saying it better than me. And anybody else too, if you do know, if you remember something, or if you add a little bit, that's the same thing that Kirby's dad says when we're at language table. He said, I might be missing some inflections or some sounds to a word. And the way that things are said is different too. In different places, by different speakers, in different families even. You can have differences in the same community and in the same family. And all of that is part of who we are. Do you have that poker for the pipe? Oh, we don't have one. Okay. Asema onagan. Onagan is bowl. Asema onagan, the tobacco bowl. And me, you're free. Anybody's free to correct me. You're invited to make me sound better than I sound on my own.
Ningui?
Ningui? Is that right? Ningui? Is that the wing or a fan? Ningui? Should be the fan, right? Fan?
Ningui.
How do you say feather?
Miigwan. Miigwan is just one feather. Miigwan. That's one of the things that Genobik Iban said from here, is that every Anishinaabe child should have a feather. So, you know, you can come and you can listen and you can work. And a lot of times when you listen and you work with the elders, that's how we're recognized, is one feather, miigwan. And a whole fan, that's for, helps to do the work of the bundle and also for speakers, nigui.
Eagle whistle? I don't know. I don't know how to say eagle whistle.
Oh, gnu is golden eagle, okay, or eagle, gnu. And then the whistle,
Explaining that in our last language.
I know we have 3 words we were taught to. I know we have 3 words that we were taught on Tuesday. Everybody putting together a whistle, the act of whistling, and something that you whistle through, but also the name specifically of an eagle whistle. But that's something, it's even if it's something that we need to know, we can go back and we can put it in tomorrow. Even just knowing our questions, that's important too. Knowing what we want to know, even if we don't know it yet. Pail, a kick, is that right? A kick? Just like this, a kick. And if it's small, a kikun, a kikuns, a kikuns. If you have more than one pail, a kikuk, a kikuk. Yeah, a kikunsak. Bunch of little pails, is that right? A kikunsak.
Rope? How do you say that?
Bimanakwan.
Oh, bimanakwan. Oh, miigwech, bimanakwan. Yeah, bimanakwan. Also that's representative of your umbilical cord. Is that same as Don Kubachige? The little boy's umbilical cord. Don Kubachige.
Smudge bowl?
Smudge bowl. Going once, going twice. Anybody know smudge bowl? I know something did you heard your dad say this, to smudge everything in the language? Do you know that word? Not on the spot.
No, we say no quezon.
No quezon.
No
No quezigan.
quezon. No quezon, like when you're smudging.
No quezigan. To smudge it. No quezigan.
You're gonna smudge and
One thing.
specific.
Yeah.
Being specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And no quezon is a smudge. Yeah. Any whatever you're gonna smudge with.
Yeah.
No quezon.
Oh, no quezigan is a smudge. So you're talking about the smudge. But if you're talking about smudging the place, no quezige. No quezon.
There's different meanings.
Yeah.
No quezon,
yeah, it's the act of smudging.
No quezon is the act of smudging.
Yeah.
What about if you're told, if Kirby's told, smudge everyone?
No quezon, yeah.
Oh, no quezon. Yeah. No quezuk.
Yeah, more than
No
one.
quezuk. Smudge them.
Yeah.
No quezuk.
Yeah.
Boy, maybe we'll be really good helpers one day. If we learn how to say all the Ojibway words, hey?
Or if I'm asking you to smudge the place, or asking you to help the smudge, no quezon.
No quiz again.
Yeah.
Nice. Miigwech. No quiz again. Again. No quiz again. No quiz again. Miigwech.
I probably have maybe the dialect or a little bit different, maybe, I don't know.
But we learn from each other. Miigwech for sharing what you have and what you carry and what you've heard. That's good. That's good. Any more? Kirby?
Pretty much it.
All right. What about the hide? We said it already? Nice. Okay. Aja? The hide? No, I don't think so. Oh, a hide. Hide. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Pashkwegan. Pashkwegan, the leather hide. Aja? Well, Adan?
Another way of teaching it is doing a phrase, not just learning the language, learning the word.
Yeah.
But the phrase is like I'm teaching my great granddaughter the language. She's 9 years old, and I'm just giving her a phrase, and now she knows 2 phrases, and she knows what they mean. The first phrase she learned was "Nino deskade," "Nino deskade," and
Ninon deskade?
"Nino deskade." That means I'm hungry. She sleeps with me.
Yeah.
I keep her and her sister. I'm keeping them, and her sister's in the other room, and Michaela sleeps with me all the time. And she wakes me up in the middle of the night. No, Grandpa, you know this, I'm hungry, she says. Oh, I have to get up and go and cook something. And the other word is kind of a funny word. I taught her Ninonde Mizi.
Ninonde Mizi. I want to do a number 2. You took care of both sides. Going in and going out.
You see, a phrase like that, it helps you learn the language,
Yeah.
Not just a word, and you don't know how to put that where or how to put that word.
Yeah.
So saying a phrase like that, it's very simple.
Yeah.
You know this, that's all you have to say. I'm hungry. You know this,
Yeah.
and you know I need to go to the washroom. And so I'm teaching her that. And I'm going to teach her some more words. And one day she's going to be able to. You see, you learn a word, one word a day. For 100 days. You learn that word. You learn another word the second day. Learn another word the third. By the time 100 days comes around, you pretty well know the whole language. You know. You learn a word a day. One word a day. And you can't rush into this thing because it's a language. You can't rush into it and say, you learn, it's a relaxed kind of feeling, Like you wanna learn, okay, learn that one language, one word. And learn another word the next day. And so on, and by the time, like I say, you have 100 words, and then you pretty well know the language, but you only know the words, You don't know how to put them together. You gotta know how to put them together. That's why this is important here. That's good, That's putting together. I'm hungry. Bidaban is morning. Yeah, Bidaban is the morning, Bidaban is the morning. Yes. That's the second spirit of the morning. The first spirit is what's the first spirit?
Wasaya. That's earlier, eh? Wasaya.
I don't know, I didn't.
Did you say that?
Huh?
Anin is sick.
Anin is sick.
Anin is sick.
Yeah, what time is it?
Yeah. Anin is sick.
That's how we say, what time is it? Yeah. Anin and sit the bag and ayak.
Okay. Anin is sick. The big and on say. I'd say the big and yeah. Yeah, you'll probably be following me, saying it's not the right way. Yeah, and that's specific, like to the hour and actual hour and minute, or
Anin and sit the bag and ayak. Anin and sit the bag and ayak.
because the began is hour, time. The began is the time. The began is the time. Anin and so the began. The beganea. The beganea.
I got a wrong one here. Sorry, I missed one. I'll check it again. Anin and so the beganayang. Yuck. Yuck.
Yug. I can say that part. Yug. Sometimes when I'm working on a phrase that's really long, I like starting at the end, and it'll help me. Yak. Ganeyak. Beganeyak. The beganeyak. And the so the beganeyak. Anin and the so the beganeyak. Nice. I'll start with Anin Esid. Ejiseyak. Anin Ejisek. Anin Ejisek. Nice. So it's about 11. What do you want to do, Curb? Are we done with the bundle part?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah? I noticed that Carol had at the beginning, you had lean, geen, ween. Oh, what's the whole bundle called? Do we have a word for the whole bundle? Apichig.
Words for next. Yeah, I think you're really good. Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Bundle? I think that's what it is.
How do you see a bundle?
No clue.
I think she's got it right.
When something is all bundled and
Yeah.
I think go back to that one.
Ron's there in the back too. Yeah? Do you want to come sit with us, Ron? No, not yet. Come sit with us, please. God, we need just calling out people. Nice. Miigwech, Carol, for all that writing.
Yeah.
Did you want to try have a conversation with those conversation cards, or?
Maybe we can go over vowels, just because, I don't know, can you guys read that kind of, like, for the...
We'll explain it a little bit.
Okay. I can be your Vanna Brown if you want.
Okay. I know, just a general conversation about the Anishinaabe. I know a lot of people feel, the older people, some older people especially, they don't feel that we should write it down because it's an oral language, like every language, but it's another way of preserving. That's all it is. It's another way of preserving it. And the most popular one, or the one that's sort of come to the top, it's called double vowel writing system or Fierro writing system. Because they found out that, obviously, when you write just the way you talk all the time, not everybody's going to understand it or be able to read it. So we have to try and get a common writing system. And so this one was chosen as kind of the best one to date. And there is syllabics. I'm sure some of you have seen syllabics, but that's just another writing system, and they use that more in the north than they do in the south. So there's 7 vowels now, okay? So we have O, E, E, U, A, and what's the last one? Can't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's one left. My mind is drawing a blank. Yeah, there. So we have O, E, E, and when you see 2 eyes, E. So think of your knee. E, knee. So. And then when you see 2 O's, O. It's a sound between book and soap. It's a sound in between there. Oh. And this one, ah. So when you go to the dentist, yeah. So that's where that, when you see 2 A's, it's always the A sound. And ah. A lot of times people get this confused with the U. So we don't use the U in the writing system. It's always ah. So those are the sounds. Ajaminois, again. O, E, E, I, U, A, ah. See if you can make a song out of that. It sounds romantic. So that's what and there's a lot of books. It's from the time I started many years ago, there's a lot of books, a lot of videos, all kinds of things now that you can listen to if you don't have a speaker. And I think that's wonderful, wonderful stuff. Like a good one I go to see on the line is Waking Up Ojibway is one. Yeah. 7 generations from our Eastern friends. And the thing is, for me anyway, I don't care where it comes from, as long as you learn it. Because you can have one word, tapshkoi, bakkade. What do you guys know that as? Skinny. But in the East, they know it as being hungry. So, but that's okay. We can learn as many words as we want, and we can. Our brains are big. Okay. All right, so that's what we're using, and that's what this is up here. Yeah, once in a while you make a few mistakes, but doesn't matter. You'll figure it out. And if you study this, it takes you about, I would say, maybe 10 days to learn it. That's it. Once you learn it, that's it. It's the best. It's the best one. Because I've tried the other ones. It doesn't work the same. And it's especially for learners, for young people, when they start reading. And all the sounds in Ojibway are the same as in English, pretty well. The only sound we don't have is V. Should go F, and I think that's it, eh? F and V. F and V. I think those are the only 2 sounds we don't use. Eba. Yeah, I think, well, I know these for sure. We don't use those at all. And we have, this is the one that a lot of people get mixed up. Whoops. We use these 2. These are consonant clusters. That's what they call these. So we have zh, like shigwa, shemag, shigag, all those. And then you have sh. That's different. The good word that has both is sheep. See, it has both. It has the zh and the she. She. Shige, that's another one. Yeah. Shige is to have a pee. The polite way is ginonte zagam. That's the polite way to say you want to go to the washroom. Because me and Jaigo, they used to go outside. So zagam is to go out. Now we have indoor, but we can just pretend. Any other questions or comments? Ogunene? Nonde zagam. Yeah, because we're polite and we're nice and. Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's the only place you could go. Yeah, because I.
What do the men say?
Yeah, Gigi, pee over there. Okay, anything else that we wasn't clear or we want to confirm up here?
Those four teachings, is that
The
when they
spirit
talk
name?
about the plan, the way of life, and
Those,
free
the,
will?
yeah, the spirit name, to know your clan,
Oh, okay.
way of life, and then free will.
We's the one now.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we win. Totem, bimat siwin, and free will is, I don't know the word for that. What word could you use? Me, eh? Kinigo.
That's one of the things I teach my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Is I raise them around medicines and smudging and calls, and I said I wouldn't if I were part of my husband's side they go to church,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't gonna make that choice for them.
Yeah.
When they were older, we know
Yeah, me, eh? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes children aren't ready at a certain time. You just wait for them. Tapshko ni nai, gozis bejiget and daya. And he's 19 now. Aja, now he wants to, although he's been around it and all his life, but now he's interested, like he wants to do it. So, yeah, it's up to them. Oh, me which?
Moki Morrison from Ontario wants to know about nasal sound.
Oh. Nasal sounds, well. Uh-huh.
Gotta take the mask off for this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of how I can explain that better. A lot of with the consonant clusters, they call it, you will have that tapshku, where was that word I had?
Is the nasal sound like when it has the N and then
Yeah.
ZH? Yeah.
Well, even this, nyonde,
Yeah.
like you don't go nyonde, but you kind of do in your head. You have to imagine these two together as a sound, and it does require a lot of nasal, but not really harsh. Nyonde, it's what they call discourse or in speech. And when you learn the writing system, it doesn't mean you're changing your dialect. I know people get upset about that, but it doesn't mean you're changing your dialect. You keep your dialect. This is just a writing system. That's all it is. It's not going to take away anything from anybody or anything like that. Because, I mean, look at English. We learn English, we read it, we write it, but it's all the same. But we all talk differently, like from Newfoundland to BC to Manitoba. Oh, he woke up. Usch, così. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, we'll talk about that then. Any other questions? Not that I know the answers, but I can always fake it. Okay. So, aja gega, ani nikadek, jinikadek, riwisniang. Now, quick. No, na, quick. Noon. Lunchtime. Okay. Gega, that's a good word to know, is soon. Let's learn some things that anybody can say, first of all. Tapshkunin, my little boy, when he was growing up, the first word he learned is gego. Don't, yeah. Yeah, he'd run around, gego, gego, gego. So everybody, when somebody's doing something you don't want them to do, gego. Mie. And then if you're leaving and you're going to see them later, banima. Banima. Later. And I know when I was in Winnipeg, I used to get kids all the time asking me about certain words that they hear. Miss Namatabin? With. Yeah. Sit down. Namatabin. That's a command. Here, we'll.
You guys probably know lots of Ojibway words you heard your family say. Does anybody here know Ojibway words that you want to know?
I know words.
I knew it. Somebody was going to. I knew somebody was going to say weenuk.
Yeah.
Muchue.
Muchue. That's being bad, right? Yeah, yeah, being bad. And stand up. And if you're having trouble saying the whole word, namatapin, you could say, just use the last part in this particular word. Apin. That means to sit down. I'll go in.
How do you say tiger in Ojibway?
Tiger. Get your boozing. Boozing. Boosh. Get your boosh. Get your boosh. See, yeah, you can say it both ways, however you feel comfortable. You could say boosh, gema boosh. They do this they say boosh in the east, more so. Muchue, this young man here told us, being bad. Muchue. So you say, piche muchue away. That girl is really bad.
Another way of saying it too,
yeah. Yeah. Giba de se. He or she is bad.
The other word we use when they're
Ooh. Be ze na de ze. Bizinat is it? Kibat is it? Yeah. Yeah. So we had Nibo. Any other ones from the young people? Do you have any? Remember anything? Remember any words?
Or any words you want to know? How to say in Ojibway? Does anybody know how to say? Do you have money? Can I have some money?
Okay, that's a good one to know.
That's a great one to know.
If you guys can learn that, maybe somebody will give you some.
This is how I know it as. Kijonyamna. Yeah. Do you have money?
I only know Bokska.
Bokshka, or when you put the two languages together, Brokshka. Bokshka as I'm broke. I have no money.
When we use word I for that, we put N before that.
Right here?
Yeah.
N or M? Okay.
That's saying that I'm.
Yeah.
I'm
Bokshka. I'm always Bokshka.
And if you're saying she's broke, say or he or she's broke. You put a G in front of you.
Guy. Yeah.
Not that one. Not
I'll just do these two words right now while you're thinking of that.
Or if somebody says I'm broke, he bokshka. Are you broke?
Kibokshka na? Yeah, that's it. Kibokshka na. Are you broke?
Another word here.
I'll go in.
And Ron?
Oh, okay.
That's the net.
I'm always broke.
Forever?
Yeah, the Sinebukshka, always
Sounds
broke.
like a blues song already.
Yeah, me as you get one. Let's write a song about that. The Sinebukshka. Bring a guitar after lunch. And these are two words that you should know. Gawin. Gawin is no. Gawin. No.
My auntie always said that to me.
And then, whoops, I'm supposed to be an A. A, yeah? Or minange, which means yes. Maybe magija. Magija. Maybe. In Anishinaabe is very, how would you say it? There's a lot of words that you don't, nothing is definitive, nothing is for sure, because we all don't know everything is for sure all the time. So there's a lot of words around magija, possibly, maybe, apparently, ganabach, izan, like all those kind of words that are kind of vague. Because no one wants to admit to anything. Okay. Gavin, any other words?
Yes.
West. Minange. Yeah. Minange is yes. It's you're basically saying for sure. There's no going back when you say that word. And then Eya, in some communities I've been told that Eya is usually only said by the women, but I don't know. I don't know which communities, but I've heard that. And the other thing about Anishinaabe, which is wonderful, is it's genderless. Everything is he, she. It's not, of course we have words specifically about men, about women, but overall, there's not like in French, for example, where you have masculine, feminine. We don't have that in Anishinaabe, so you don't have to worry about that part. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, oh yeah, we'll do this. Just a quick thing here. Neen, when you talk about yourself, Neen, Gin, you, Ween, over there. It's almost like the further you get. So this is Neen, me, you, and them. Neen, Gin, Ween. Yeah. That's way down. That's a little ways down the road, though. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. Okay. Anybody else? Any comments?
So adding the N instead of in front of
It makes it.
N means I'm.
Yeah. Like you'll hear words like mbaba, those kind of, that it indicates you're talking about your dad. Yeah. Mbaba. What is the old word? Does anybody know the old word for father? Nose. Because also, it's like any other language too. We change as we go. Like in history and time, we add words, we change words, we create words. It's just like any other language. Because if you notice in other languages too, you'll hear baba. It's quite a common expression for father, and same with mama. And then I've heard dede. Yeah, my mom is from Swan Lake, and that's where I used to hear that from her mostly than anybody else.
I was father as well.
Pardon me?
Oh, I said, that means father as well?
Yeah.
I was told by the older people that they refer to their mom as Dudu.
Dudu. Yeah.
But now we say ni mama because we picked up the English language.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds right. And Dudu, when you look at this, the root, if you look at the root, it actually means your breast, because that's where we get life from when we're babies, right? So that's where that comes from. Ninga. For mom? Yeah. So this can be mom. This one and that one are mom. And these are dad. And the new word basically is mama, ni mama, my mom, ki mama, your mom. Yeah. Omamayan.
Just like Wokum.
Mm-hmm.
Now they say Kuku.
Yeah. Yeah, that's changed. That's one word that's changed quite a bit.
Wokum is more like a Cree word.
Oops, it's the other way. It's almost like they've just made it a little bit more easier to say, I guess, sometimes. Because I remember, I never had a grandfather. He was gone before I was born, but I remember them using shumi rather than mishomis. So sometimes they make it easier for people to pronounce, like for children especially. Yeah, because my granddaughters, they call me this, kuku. They always have, so, yeah.
It means a fear.
My name changed to Cooks. My granddaughter.
Oh, Cooks.
Calls me Cooks.
As long as they don't call you kukush. Does anybody know what that is? Kukush? Younger people? Kukush?
There was a woman in the community here that she passed on, but her name was Kukush.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some communities that have really interesting nicknames. If you ever go to Sandy Bay, that's one community that has wicked nicknames. Yeah, like Chiopin, like things like that. The big potato. Wagichan, crooked nose. Mungitaug, big ears. And since I'm a Bolio, I come from the Mungishtigwanak, the big heads.
How about big foreheads?
Ichioskatig.
That'd be our name.
Yeah, like, oh. Everybody's wearing bangs tomorrow. Okay. Well, I think Ajagega, should we sniang, or are we not eating, or we're just going right through?
Haven't heard back if it's here yet.
Okay, well, let's keep on going. Okay, we'll do commands. It's what you tell somebody. So we did namatapin, nipawin, any other ones that you can think of. Nipawin is stand up. Namatapin, we did those.
Listen. That.
Bizin, biz
Oh,
in, gua, gua, da, bin. Whoops, too Bisindan is listen.
Sit still,
Yeah, or squatapin is sit still. Okay, and sometimes when you're being picky, we sinin, eat. Anything else? Any other ones you could think of? Huh? Ogone? Ogone? Dijnikas? Dijnikas is your name. Right here. But that's different from your ai Giwiziwin. Giwiziwin is your spirit name. Dijnikas is your English name, I guess, would be Dijnikas. That's how you would differentiate. If somebody asked you, okay, big duties. Who's got big duties? I'm just trying to think of some more. Yeah. Niemen. And usually the way you recognize commands is there's usually an N at the end that's telling you something. Niemen.
What I always heard is bean again.
Okay.
Bean again. Bean again.
Me, where?
Bean again, what does it mean? Come on in. Yeah. Bean again.
And that's something every office can practice. Like if you go in and knock, just start using the words like that. Bean again. Abin. Namatapin. Like just, yeah, the simple words. Basic words. Oh, there's different ways to say shut up. Be, sa, na, bin. Yeah. Be quiet. Yeah. Bizana bin. Be quiet. Yeah. Bizindan. We got bizindan. Listen. Bizana bin. Any other ones? Let's see. Of course, the word I started off with. Gego. It's always good. Don't. Gego. Don't confuse it. There's a lot of words too that sound similar, so it is important to learn how to pronounce it. Dapshkuai. Away. This word, for example. This is an example. A kick. We learned that a kick is the pail. Shigo, a gig. Does anyone know what a gig is? Your phlegm, your spit. So you got to make sure you kind of say it right. So you don't say, "Be doing anyway a gig." Bring me your spit. A gig ma kick. So, and there's a few words like that. Same with another one. Shigag. And Shigag. Shigag, it can't done now. When in a Shigag. Skunk. Wait, that's Shigag.
It's near here.
I was going to add, you were talking about the phlegm, a gig.
Uh-huh.
That I'm wondering if that was shortened because when we say that in our language, we say in Duggy Gum, that's
Mhm.
phlegm. So,
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
so I just realized, with that word a gig, that's
Yeah.
where it comes from.
Yeah.
In Duggy Gum. Yeah.
Same with this word. This is, I guess, the biggest, the one that I know anyway. When somebody asks you something or whatever, Gawin gut no. But it's changed to Gawn gut.
We still say it that way.
Yeah.
Gawin gut na.
Yeah, a lot of people still use that, but a lot of people also change it to Gawn gut. Like those, they just started shortening. And in some communities, they've added English. Dapshko carring. Okay, my trucking.
That's where I learned that from.
Yeah, trucking. Schooling is, huh? So anyway, just to finish this off, this is skunk. Shigag is a bachelor. another way of saying
Well, they're
bachelor.
about the same.
Oh, ouch.
Carol,
Oh, ne?
the Baba, he would say that for the, like, Nimin.
Mm-hmm.
There's another, Ninim. Like he would talk, instead of, you know how you talk about similarities?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Ni min and ni nim.
Yeah. I guess it was a story about,
It's not
told his
sister-in-law or
grandson to go dip tobacco outside. So he went out with his tobacco and he started dancing instead. So he heard it differently.
Yeah, yeah.
That's your, yeah, yeah, I had a cousin that did that too. She was told to put tobacco outside. Nimin Asema, and I guess she was dancing with the tobacco.
I'll do both just to make sure.
I'll share with her tonight.
Yeah.
I'll be seeing her tonight.
Not the only one.
I have to tell you a quick story about my grandson. He's 31 now, but anyway, when he was a little boy, he's about 2 years old, I bought him a tricycle. And you know how you turn the steering wheel, like the handlebars? He couldn't get it going because he had it the wrong way. And I was kind of frustrated because I was busy with something else. And I can't do this, I can't do this. Go away, my way. He's trying to cry. I said, oh, come on, my boy, use your head. Me, where's your daughter? He put his head on the on the tricycle on the seat. Just literal.
There's another one too, boozing.
Oh, okay.
You know, when you grease something up,
Yeah.
or to get on.
Oh. Is it to get on or to grease something?
Yeah. Boozing. So get in the car or something like that, but it also means to grease up your frying pan or something.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful.
The other one I heard was a boat.
A boat?
Ochiman.
Okay.
And then there's a joke about that where you're kissing.
Uh-huh.
Chiman. Otochiman. His or her boat.
Yeah.
Otochiman. That it sounds like
Yeah.
that they're kissing, right? That person's kissing the other.
Kissing. To kiss, right? He or she kisses.
Otochiman.
Yeah, it's another one. Chiman is a boat, and uchiman is to kiss someone. I know I had a student a long time ago in Ine. He was from Hungary, and he wanted to learn that. That's the most important thing to him. He wanted to learn how to say "kiss me." So, Jimishin. Jimishin. Kiss me. Okay. Yeah, Jimishin. Okay. Now that we've got the important stuff out of the way. Okay, another one. Just thinking of Bijan. Bijan.
Bijan, come here.
Yeah, it's too many. It's only one A. Come here.
Bijan.
And when he was talking about phrases,
Yeah.
you would just add on to that, Bijan, Oma.
Yeah.
So you already have a phrase.
Yeah.
Or Oma Bijan. That's the other thing that's really good about Anishinaabe Mwin too. A lot of the words you can interchange. Like this one you can say, Bijan Oma, Gema, Oma Bijan.
Oma Bijan.
Yeah, you can do it either way. It's not wrong.
Like who used to say, babe Bijan Oma.
Yeah.
When you change it the other way though, it means that like a demand.
Yeah, I guess it depends how you want to say it. Oma Bijan. Shemak.
Shemak. I heard that one before.
Yeah.
Right away.
Right now.
No, it's not two E's. What am I doing? Shemak.
That's when you go.
Right away. My mother never had to say anything. She just look at you. So she never had to speak. Yeah, she never had to speak. Just look at you and, oh my God, I'm in trouble. I wish I could have that look. You know, I just look stupid. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Andima. Oh.
How do you spell house in Ojibway?
House. Okay.
Wakai again.
Kai. Ugh. Just let me think here. Kai. No, I mean. Kai. Kai. Igan.
Those are some of the words I can't spell.
Yeah, this it takes a little bit of practice. Meanwhile, I do this all the time, but my brain is not working.
It's one of the words I don't really see when it's written as the Y also. They use the K-E or K-A, K-I. Yeah,
Wakaigan.
Wakai again is a house.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about my home, it's different, eh?
Yeah.
And Diane?
Diane, yeah. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention is we do.
my home, and Dong.
And dung, yeah, is a glottal stop.
Yeah.
That's you go, you should get practice by saying na,
Na.
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 That's a glottal. That thing at the end, it's almost like a,
It's like you're choking.
yeah. I guess somebody was choking.
Just a repeater.
That's another sound, but that's how you can tell if somebody is a speaker sometimes. If you ask them, say na, they will all. If they have any knowledge of the language, they usually say na. You'll hear that. But if they say nah, then you know they haven't heard the language. Go in.
How do you say car in Ojibway?
Car, udaban. Yeah.
Some say Wasaganda.
Okay.
Udaban means wagon or
Yeah, any kind of vehicle.
anything you tow.
Go in.
How do you say SpongeBob in Ojibway?
Now we got
Fun.
a word.
Now we'll make it up. We'll make one. We'll have a word for you tomorrow.
There is a SpongeBob word that Weston found.
Oh yeah, Weston will.
For his cartoon, we could show it.
Yeah, wasigan udaban. And if you have a big truck, kiche udaban. It's a big truck. And what's the word for train? Yeah. Ushkadeo udaban, the fire wagon, because they used to have to put coal in it.
Yeah.
A long time ago. Oh, sorry. Person? Oh yeah. Yeah. Awiya. Awiiya. Awiya. Yeah. Awiya. Kakina awiya. Everybody. You want to talk about everybody? You put kakina. Kakina awiya. Yeah, that's everybody. Yeah. And yourself, if you choose a gender, Cuisance is a girl, Cuisance is a boy. We have to come up with a word for the non-binary yet. Okay. Aja na. No de wis nemen. You know this kadem. Amsa. Yeah, we snida me. Yeah.
That's a good word.
That's a good word because.
That's my favorite word.
A lot of times when you see da at the end of a verb, it means everybody, or let's do this. We snida, ni me da, gizisekwe da. All those. So we snida, no mai, right now. Okay, go ahead. One more question. I'll go ahead.
How do you say Ojibway in Ojibway?
Anishinaabe.
Anishinaabe Moen.
Anishinaabe Moen is the language itself. Anishinaabe Moen. You also see it as Ojibway. Yeah, Ojibway Muta.
Let's speak Ojibway.
Yeah.
This is what the Western named Spongebob. Bean chicken.
Okay. Reka. How do you spell it?
Bean chicken.
B-I-I-N-I.
B-I-I-N-I-G-E-N-S.
Okay. This is the word for SpongeBob.
SpongeBob's name in Ojibway.
Bean-chigans.
That's SpongeBob.
Bean-chigans. Bean-chigans. Yeah, because a sponge is for cleaning, and he's this little thing, little cleaner.
Then you could add Bob.
Yeah, Bean-chigans, Bob. Well, on that note, wisn't it?
Oh, miigwech.
Apajimigwich, ka bisin da meg.